Hello Exiles, and today I'm bringing you some more information in regards to the new Ascendancies for the Witch, and it is going to be today the Infernalist. I'm going to go through the entire Ascendancy with you in a second. Now before we get there, I just want to say I am going to be streaming live on Twitch the whole weekend, streaming Path of Exile 2, so the link is in the description below, so if you want to throw us a follow, then you can come and join me. I am also going to be streaming on YouTube, so if you want to throw us a subscribe, hit that bell and you'll get a notification as soon as I go live. And finally, I am doing a key giveaway on my channel, basically, so if you want to be in with a chance of winning, then you will need to watch the video that is in the link below in the description to potentially get access to early access. I have 5 free keys. Thank you for someone who donated 4 keys, so good luck for everyone that enters, and I'll be doing the draw on that on Thursday. With that being said, let's jump into this. So firstly, the first node is Altered Flesh, and this gives 20% of cold damage is taken as fire damage, 20% of lightning damage is taken as fire damage, and 20% of physical damage is taken as chaos damage, which is pretty cool. So as long as you can stack your fire damage and your chaos resist, fire resist and chaos resists, and try and overcap them, then I feel that this is going to be very strong and a little bit tanky in terms of being able to revert damage into other elements. Next one is Bidat's Hand, which says reserve 25% of life, and it gives you +1 to maximum energy shield per 4 life, which is pretty cool if you want to do some form of mixed hybrid of life and energy shield. But obviously, as you can see, it will reserve 25% of your life. I'm going to assume that it's based the energy shield off your full life and not your 75% life. That's just me just doing the maths in my head. Next one is connected similar to this, but it's the other way around, which is reserves 25% life, but you get +1 to maximum spirit per 25 maximum life. So the first one is based on if you want to stack energy shield, and the next one is if you want to stack spirit. Depending on obviously what type of build you want to do, that may be very, very good for minions. You get tons and tons of life. You can have an absolute metric ton load of spirit, which, as we know, spirit is now connected to minions, meaning you can have an entire spirit army and minion army around you based on how much life you have. Now, let's just do some quick maths here. So if you took this node and let's say you had 5,000 life, just obviously I'm just taking this figure as a general theory. If you then obviously divided that by 25, then that means that you would then get an additional 200 spirit, which is pretty amazing. 200 spirit, obviously that is probably what, another 5, 6, 7 minions, which is easily going to be a nice big minion army. Next one after that is the Summon Infernal Hound. Now, we did see this on the live stream, however, we now have the gem. So, minions ignite enemies within a radius of 1.5 meters, as though dealt base fire damage equal to 20% of the minion's maximum life. So it kind of says to me that you want to kind of boost the minion's life, because then it'll do more damage. And from quality, you can increase their maximum life as well. And obviously it says at the bottom there, 20% of damage from hits is taken from the Hellhound's life before your own. So it's like a bit of a mini Mind Over Matter, but in a hound. Next one is Pyromatic Pact, which we've already seen on the live stream, which is when it then turns your maximum mana into maximum Infernal Flame. And obviously you gain Infernal Flame instead of spending mana for skill effects. You take life and energy shield as fire damage when it reaches maximum, and you lose all of the Infernal Flame on reaching maximum Infernal Flame, and obviously you then have to stack it up again. And 10% of Infernal Flame is lost per second if none was gained in the last 2 seconds. Next one is Seething Body. While high Infernal Flame, you and your allies in your presence gain 20% of damage as fire damage. This was also shown in the live stream, so you want to try and keep your Infernal Flame high. It's going to be a case of keeping a balance and keeping it as high as possible, but without it being filled. Next one is Master Darkness. Now this gives you maximum 10 to Demon Flame. Now Demon Flame is connected to the Demon Form, which I'm going to jump onto now. So give me a second. There we go, Demon Form. So with Demon Form, I'll read it here. Shapeshift into a demon, vastly boosting the power of your spells, and you gain Demon Flame every second. You remain in Demon Form, causing your life to be lost at an ever-increasing rate, and you revert back to human form if you reach 1 life, or use a skill that isn't a spell, or you reactivate this skill. Now it says that you gain 16% increased cast speed while in Demon Form. You get +4 to the level of all spell skills while in Demon Form. You will lose 1% of life per second per Demon Flame. So obviously if you are 10 being Demon Flame, that's going to be 10% of life per second. But obviously I'm going to assume that Demon Flame will then infect the amount of damage here. 10% increased spell damage per demon flame. So if you have 10 to demon flame, that means you're going to do 100% increased spell damage, which is pretty big. Going back to the demon flame, hold on. That's that one. Next one after that is this one. So while not on low Infernal Flame, all damage from you and your allies contribute to ignite chance and magnitude. Sorry, that's the one that we saw in the live stream. That is the one. So basically, you are on low Infernal Flame if you have 35% of your maximum Infernal Flame or less. And we also have Grinning Immolation here, which says become ignited when you deal a critical hit, dealing 15% of your life and energy shield as fire damage per second, and you get a 30% more critical damage bonus. And obviously the small nodes as well are giving 3% increased life as well. And that is basically it in terms of the Infernalist. That is a good chunk of the Infernalist node. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 8. So yeah, so we have all of the Infernalists there now. Now just to recap again, cold damage is fire, lightning damage is fire, so that just sounds pretty powerful if you're able to. That just sounds pretty powerful if you're able to overcap on your fire resist and your chaos resist. The gaining energy shield as life is good for a secondary defense. The gaining spirit will help for more minions. Depending on obviously one, and there is obviously one for mana as well, so +1 to maximum mana per 6 life as well. I forgot to show you this one. So there's 3 Bidats. There's Bidat's Hand, Bidat's Will, and Bidat's Gaze. All 3 of them are linked. So one is mana, one is spirit, and one is energy shield. There's obviously the Infernal Hound. There's obviously the Pyromatic Infernal Flame. You do 20% gain, 20% of damage is fire damage when you are on high Infernal Flame. Whilst that's also turned on, you also have a chance to ignite, and magnitude is increased once it's above 35% of your maximum. So obviously when you're on low, Infernal Flame. Sorry, while not on low, so when you're above 35%, you will then have increased ignite chance and magnitude of the ignite. And then you can then get 10 to Demon Flame, which will then boost your demon form even more powerful, which is the demon form, which is there. Overall, quite a crazy Ascendancy. Cannot wait for Friday. What's your thoughts on that Ascendancy? Is that what you was expecting? Is it better? Is it worse? Has that made you change what Ascendancy you're going to play? Let me know in the comments, guys. And until the next video, thank you for watching and stay sane.